go and confirm. If you don't confirm, you continue to get your deductions done. And that is it. But for now, the situation is the labored persons, the persons who are employed, are the ones who are fueling this car. There is no fuel from the other side, which is the informal sector, because they're affected by different ways. And many of them will not be willing to come and fill up that form because no one wants to pay more than they've got. And Kenyans as we are, not many of us want to pay taxes. And if it's not equitable, then not many will again participate. So there's more that I've shared, I think, on this week. It's on the channel of Lynn Ngugi, on the whole history of where we started, where we are, and where we should go. So persons can go in there, listen in, because it is our country and we have to make it work. If things are not working, they must be fixed. I've had the issues of the old system. Now, the old system, that's the NHIF system, they keep to say that there were cartels who are benefiting, or there were politicians who are charging money more than they should. They have not been named, but the rumor is there's some politicians who own the NHIF system, and for that, they're not willing to let go. Now, if that's the truth, then that should be brought out in light so that we all see whether that is true or it's a funny lie and that it can be dealt with. And now that we have even dealt with the ghosts, the 3 million who've been kicked out, we can safely return to NHIF with the 9 million that have truthful persons and see that whatever happened in the Senate in May this year, there's a report from the Senate of the Health Committee on the fraud that had happened in the many years, or maybe in the year 2022 and 2023. And if that fraud report, as from the Senate, is suggested, action is to be taken, but none of it is yet to be taken. But then I could think it was probably a political game to give the dog a bad name so that you can kill it and move on with a new car. And now you'll have no trust in NHIF. So we've been made to fight that system because this new system must come in. And new systems come in new business. The new business is local persons playing out with persons abroad, and all the same local persons go abroad, register companies, and come back here and play us. So things must work for us. Healthcare is very, very important. We cannot leave it to the dogs. We cannot. And that's why we have to speak up and continue advocating for the right thing to be done and find value for money. Value for money is when you get to pay that 10,000 shillings, be it to SHA, be it to NHIF, be it to whoever. It should provide you the benefits that are commensurate to that. There is systems of social health insurance. There is public health insurance. There is private health insurance. Well, the principle of what NHIF used to run on is still like social, only that now they use it as a very big name. That it is social, it's social, we are carrying each other's burdens. And sometimes it's not like that. And in countries like ours, it is the government which is supposed to shoulder some of these things. Because we are all not equal. And we all cannot carry each other's burdens in the way that it's foreseeable in other countries like Germany, where you have most of the persons, like 90% of the Germans being employed. Then they're able to do it in a way that works. And again, German, they work with even the employers' contributions. So they're more richer. But here, our employers in Kenya, they don't want to participate. The government does not want to participate. And only the few of us will carry that burden. It cannot work. Until they rework the formula, we be efficient with our resources. That system that was procured in 2021 by 7 Seas Technology, they go look at it. They see how they can optimize and bring in the new modules. Remember yesterday, the committee chairperson was trying to gaslight the National Assembly by holding a brief for the Ministry of Health, or the persons behind the Ministry of Health in this project. And that's why you had one of them say, but this has not been dealt with at the committee level. Why are you speaking for them? Why should they not issue the statement? And then somehow the deputy speaker was like, they have a duty to speak to the people through you as a chairperson of that committee. Well, yes, no, but the committee has a duty to check on whether the systems are working or not working. Remember at the beginning of last week, the same chairperson was like, these things we're not ready, it's not working. But because he probably had phone calls, and he was told, you have to accept and move with this thing, because if you don't, things will not work out favorably for you. And after he changes tune, and he wants now to abandon his committee members and go and now say things are okay. But the committees are not yet okay with what is happening. So that is my report for now.
Thank you. And maybe I can ask you a question, or maybe we can just engage on this. Consultants, where do they lie? Because when you look at the Shif Act or the Share Act, it talks about a contributor. Then it takes you now to the section of Section 27. Then Section 27 says every Kenyan household and a few other people. And then now household is referred to as a social unit comprising of an eligible contributor. So what's really your position on consultants? Are consultants exempt like they were before, or are they still supposed to pay for NHIF? For SHIF?
You're seeing consultants as a person employed on a contractual job that is for a period, earning some money.
Yes.
As long as you're making income from Kenya, and that income goes somewhere, and you're in a household, and you are estimated that this is the amount of money you make in a year. You remember that econometric test? It's like a program where you put in your details, what you do, where you stay, how is your schooling, have you had master's, PhD, and how many kids you have. With that tool has been coded in a way that it can predict how much you should pay. So if you put out, you get a lot to pay out. Now, most people will game the system. That means less money will come to the SHA or to whichever agent that will be there. That less money being collected means we'll struggle with these problems for a long time, because they've not been well designed and they're not attractive to most people to on board. So the sellability of the program or the whole system is not right. There's something that is missing so that we're all on board. So that is the question that we need to keep on following up on. Again, there is what has been talked about on the system. Yesterday, again, I heard that it's not just one system. It's not a health management information system. Where the language is, it is a health management information system with different modules of health exchange, data storage, payment modules. You can see persons who've stocked drugs. You can see clinics that are listed there. And that system is a basic enterprise resource system. But they are selling it as a very big, humongous thing, monstrosity that it can't be done. And the only way is to outsource it to persons who are competent in making and building up such kind of systems. That's not true. We have enough Kenyans who can do this kind of jobs. They are there who are already doing it, systems that are already tested, and that could be built on to have a Kenyan brand, because it is our property, it is our data, it is our system. This system, no one even knows who owns it. Imagine you're a tenant in a foreign system providing healthcare to your people. It's a very funny country. It's like now the way we are selling out JKI on our land, and we have foreigners managing us. It just doesn't sound national. It's not nationalistic. There's something wrong with the principle of governance. We need to call that out. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. It's now 11 p.m., 2 minutes to 11 p.m. So I think maybe we can wind up. We can wind up right now. However, please, I can see there's so many questions, and let's be aware that the doctors will be doing this. They'll be doing civic education, rolling out, explaining SHIF, how they're seeing it, how they're experiencing it, especially because they are experiencing it firsthand with doctors, with patients, and even for themselves. Are they able to pay? Are they able to remit some of these things? What's going on? And so thank you so much for all who have come, all who have contributed, and everyone who has asked a question. Thank you so much, Boni, for hosting us. So for me, it's good night. Yes, and for all those questions that are pending, keep them pending. We'll be doing this for the rest of the week. Thank you and have a good night.
Thank you so much to everyone who was in the space. The last thing I can actually say, if you can be able to take this conversation to TikTok. That's where the young people are, the Gen Zs, and that's where the movement is actually. So if there's a way we can actually get those young guys to host the doctors and educate them so they can educate their parents, then you're going to win. Thank you so much. Keep on fighting. You're going to liberate this country from this big thief called Ruto. Whatever you do, remember Ruto must go. When you pray, Ruto must go. Have a lovely night.